Recently, Among Us gave us a sneak peek at what the new map is going to look like. Looking at this image, it doesn't take long to realize what this map is going to be, given the fact that Innersloth said that they would like to make a Henry Stickmin themed map, and the rather familiar look of this room and the familiarity of this dapper gentleman right here. It's clear that the new map is based off infiltrating the airship, but with the knowledge that this is an infiltrating the airship themed map, it's easy to predict what the rooms are going to be. And so, Innersloth revealing one image has given us the key to the entire map, so let's take a look at it. The first problem I ran into was the layout. As you could imagine, turning a choose your own adventure style game which runs off single images rather than an actual map into a sprawling three-dimensional map moving in all four directions with hallways to connect it all is kind of a challenge. Here's my attempt at the layout of this game. Of course, liberties have been taken to ensure that the game is playable, as in some rooms there's massive holes that you need to fly across, or singular rooms that you have to crawl through a vent to get out of. I'll cover my solutions to these as I go over them. The other thing to take into account is that the game, as far as I can tell, mostly runs in a straight line, and although that's what I've put into the map, I don't see it working this way. Besides, Innersloth designed the layout, so I'm sure they have a better idea of how it works than me. With all that out of the way, this is the map that I haphazardly threw together in MS Paint. I'm going to be covering all the rooms in chronological order, individually. The first room we'll be covering is this navigation center at the front of the ship. This is also the room that Innersloth leaked on the Steam page. As for the name of this room, I can only assume is navigation, and will likely share tasks with navigation in the Skeld. You can also see a download or upload data task, along with the power task. Next door to that is this factory, which has a machine seemingly taking coal out of a pile and putting it into the fuel source. I feel this room would be a good place for the predecessor to the empty garbage task. The next room isn't so much a room as it is a long hallway. In the actual game there's close to 20 or more doors, but I've shrunk it down to 4. True to the game, I thought it would be cool if there were actual doors that imposters could shut in this hallway. It will provide a unique gameplay experience. Connected to this hallway is this dark room. And in the actual game, it isn't actually connected to anything. It's just a room to add comedic effect as Charles transfers power to this room, ruining the photos. But I noticed the outside looked similar to this hallway, and I thought it would be cool to add it here. Advancing to the next room is this red metallic sort of room, and for the life of me, I don't know what it is. Anyways, there are 2 doors, one at the top of the room and one at the bottom. To get there to the top one, you could just stick a ladder in there, but I don't know how the Jelly Bean Among Us characters would climb it, so the easiest solution is just stick a ramp there. The bottom door leads to a treasure room with diamonds, riches, and more scattered around the place, and the top one leads to a bridge, where you fight one of the characters on. The room after that is our second design problem, this abomination. In my opinion, once again, you could just stick a ramp there, but instead of it being a clunky fix to a problem, you could spin it into a new visual task. Crewmates could flick a lever which would push the bridge outwards, proving their innocence. The problem with that is that nobody could get past unless somebody had that task, which of course they would, but people could just be annoying and not do it. So I think it would work better as a setting for this map. Once you complete that challenge, you arrive in the storage room, or the end of the first string of the map. This room could hold the classic storage tasks like fuel engine, empty garbage part 2, etc. Making your way back through another door which doesn't exist, you arrive in the library. Some new tasks could be implemented with this room, like sorting books. This is the only actual room in the map with a classic Among Us style vent, so of course we'd have to put a real vent there. The next room is another room with the same bridge situation, but the same fix could be applied as the last room like that. Neighbouring that room is this break room type room, and logically these 2 rooms being next to each other makes no sense, and the only way to get there is through a vent. The simple fix is just to add a door. The room next to that is the meeting room, and a possible start location and place for the emergency meeting button to go. Right next to that is the room where you enter the map, and finally the last room is a security type room, which actually connects to storage through a vent, but once again we can just stick a door right there to make it make more sense. This could also be a location for fixed comms and obviously the security cams. With that, that's all of the map. Leave your thoughts on the layout of the map in the comments below, and make sure to like and subscribe as that would be greatly appreciated. Goodbye and have a nice day.